Welcome to Admin Setup for the Company page. Select the Admin tab, then Company, and your company page will appear. This is where you can add or edit your company information, so your name, address, phone number. The processing fee for bank product is the amount of money that you charge in addition to your tax prep fees to process a bank product. And this information will flow over to certain reports. The state unemployment account, this number is only important if you are using Adam to calculate payroll for your office. Refer a friend amount. Enter the dollar amount here that you pay out for referrals, and then you will be able to run reports to see how much you have paid out in referrals over a certain time frame. So you can go ahead and save this information. The next section is the security information. The first one is auto set the client portal password for all new clients upon check-in. The password will be scrambled and automatically email or text to the new client. So if this box is not checked, then the client will not be signed a password automatically, but they still would be able to request a password when they try to log into the portal. So if they go to the portal and they haven't been sent a password, there will be a link there that will allow them to request a password. But if you want them to just automatically get a password once you've created their file in Adam, then you check this box, but you also want to make sure that you are capturing email addresses or cell phone information at the time of check-in so the client can receive that password. Block non-admin users from modifying the referral type after it has been set. So if this box is checked, then only users who have admin rights within Adam would be allowed to modify the referral type. So this will prevent just anybody from adjusting your referral types in Adam, so you can have a little bit more control over that. The disable email and text functionality. If this box is checked, then Adam will not send any automatic messages out to your clients. So those messages would be things like the happy birthday reminders and appointment reminders, things like that. Use email for client portal login. If you'd rather have your clients log into the portal using their email address instead of their social security number, then you can check this box. Display notes on the client portal office events tracking screen. So I will show you what happens if you check this box. If a client is logged into the portal, and if you have this link for office events tracking, if you have this active on your portal, then your clients will be able to see what event that return is in, but they would also be able to see any notes that you have relating to it. So if you want them to be able to see the notes, then you check that box. If you don't check the box, then the field here for the notes won't even appear. The next one is allow return status change email. So if you'd like your clients to be notified, either by email or text, of every time the status of their return changes. So by status, I mean the e-file status. So when you e-file a return, it goes into a pending status. Then the client will be notified to go to the portal to see what the change in status is. Once the return is accepted by the IRS, they would get notified again, getting a message telling them to go to the portal to check on the change of the status of their return. So if you want your clients to be notified of those changes, then check that box. Enable client portal information update email. So if you would like to be notified every time your clients update their contact information or change their password through the portal, then check this box. So how you would be notified is if you're on your home screen and you see that your office portal has new messages, and this one says client information updated. So you would be able to see if they've changed their addresses, phone numbers, things like that. So if you have another system where you're tracking this information, you could transfer that to another system. If you don't want to be notified of those changes, then you don't need to check that box. So I'll go back to the company page. All right, client portal login. So this one is used for if you would like to change the wording that is displayed for the client portal login, you can enter it here. If you're using the email address for login, then it will just default to the standard message telling them to enter the email address. But you can see here that we've changed ours to just say, please enter your social security number with no dashes. So if you wanted to customize that on your client portal login page, you can do that. The Facebook connection URL for client portal. If you want your clients to be able to go to your Facebook page directly from the portal, then all you need to do is enter the URL for your Facebook page. The easiest way to do that is if you go to Facebook and you'll have go to your page, you'll have your URL right here. You can copy it and then paste it right here in this field. So then when your clients are logged into the portal, you can see it on all the portal pages. It'll have the link for Facebook, and then if the clients click on it, it will take them right to your Facebook page. And hopefully this will encourage your clients to like your company on Facebook, which would just generate more business for you through social media. The next one is the RAL decline code verbiage, since we are no longer needing this field because we don't get RAL decline codes, so I will skip over that one. The email disclaimer is if you would like to have a disclaimer displayed at the bottom of all the emails that are sent from Adam, you can enter it right here. It won't go out with text messages because the text messages aren't large enough to have that. So it's only going to go on the bottom of the email. So this is an example of the message that we have on our email disclaimer. The credit card instructions. So these instructions will display when your clients are logged into the portal and are making a payment with a credit card. These are the default instructions that come within the system, but if you wanted to modify them, you can. So if I go to the client portal page, a client comes to go ahead and make a payment, and they click pay with credit card. This is that message. Please enter the billing information, etc. So this is where that message would show. The company website, enter your web address here, and then when you have new prospects who are contacting you through the prospect landing page, which you can have embedded into your website, once they've contacted your office, they can click go back, and it will just take them back to your website. The appointment interval for client scheduling pages. This will control the amount of time that is blocked off for appointments that are scheduled through the portal and for new clients that are scheduling appointments. Okay, so we happen to have ours set up for 60 minutes. So if a client is in the portal and they are scheduling an appointment, so we'll have to fill out this information to pick a site, pick who they're seeing. So you can see here that we have ours set up for 60 minutes, so they can only schedule appointments, every hour. This is probably nice, especially for your new clients, so you make sure that you have enough time blocked off because you might not be sure how long those appointments are going to take. So you can control the amount of time that's going to display there. Days after current date allowed for client scheduling pages. So this will apply for appointments that are requested, not the ones that are actually scheduled, but the ones that are just requested through the portal or the new client appointment request link. So if you want to make sure that you have some notice before requested appointments, then you can put the number of days here. So for example, this one is set up where if a client is requesting an appointment, it's got to be at least 2 days from now. If you leave this blank, it'll default to 0, and then they can actually request an appointment for the current date. So how this appears to the client, if they click on the link to request an appointment, you can see here that it tells them that it has to be at least 2 days from now. and it actually defaults to the desired date of at least 2 days out. So that's what you're controlling with that number. The last one is use client prep time for existing clients scheduling their own appointments. So if you have current database of clients in Atom and you've put in their appointment times from previous years of 30 minutes or 60 minutes, whatever it may be, then when the client comes in and schedules their own appointment, it's going to block off the appropriate amount of time. So this is going to be really nice if you have appointments, that might take, 90 minutes and the client goes and schedules that, then it will block off the full 90 minutes. So that's going to help prevent you from getting overbooked. So once you've entered all of that information, make sure you save it. The next section is the FICA tax and federal unemployment information. This is strictly tied to payroll. So if you're using Atom to calculate payroll for your company, the same thing with the state unemployment information. And these sections will be discussed in more detail in the punch clock section. So if you're using Atom for payroll, then you want to make sure you're watching our videos related to the punch clock. And if you make any changes to this section, just make sure that you save them. And that is it for the admin setup of the company page. Thank you.